G'day guys, Caleb from Go Travel. Today I want to talk to you about my new UHF radio. So before Fraser, we frantically installed a brand new Uniden X76, so new model out. We were lucky enough to get our hands on it. We also installed a Uniden ATX aerial, little stumpy one, on a Vogue Industries mirror mount. I've been getting a heap of questions about the mirror mount, about the mirror bracket. So come along, I'll show you how I installed it, and then I'll talk a little bit about the mirror mount, I'll talk a little bit about the aerial, and I'll show you my brand new X76 radio. The postie arrived late this afternoon. We've been waiting on this. We've got a brand new model, X76 Uniden UHF. We've also got our new Uniden aerial, and we've got a mirror bracket. Now, because we own Fraser Island, I had planned to run a handheld UHF. That was just to get us by. This is heaps cooler, so we're going to frantically try and get it in tonight. There's not much in it, so come along for the ride. I'll show you how it's done. And hopefully we'll have all our comms in ready for Fraser. Now the hardest part of this will be getting this aerial bracket on. So this will sit up under the mirror. So we'll get the aerial mounted, then it all should be pretty straightforward from there. Now I'm not 100% sure how this happens, but oh shit. We'll just show you, I just broke that clip, so be careful with it. This is looking under the mirror. So it's just got 3 Torx keys in it. Maybe like that, I don't know. Like that, maybe. And there's 2 bolt holes on that. We got some extended Allen bolts. So we'll have a go. Vogue Industries aerial bracket, mirror bracket. Got a slight bend in it. What you can't see is the back of my car is actually lower at the moment than the front. This is the Uniden AT970BKS. So 3 dBi, stumpy aerial. It is. I actually like that. I like the Uniden logo on it too. Like, just a bit of contrast. We'll get it all mounted up. The whip screws off. So you can put multiple different whips on them. Heavy duty spring base, pre-terminated connection as well. So nice and easy to put them on. There's a big ass nut. In hindsight, should have bolted it to the bracket before putting it on the car, but that's all right. We can deal with this. We'll just show this because this had me stumped for a second. Initially I thought about just going through that door plug. Turns out that's like its own harness. There's a little grommet down there. So I put a tiny little zip tie on there. Zip tie around the door hinge. Another little zip tie around the main door harness. And you can see that's where it goes through the grommet into the car. That is a sleek looking unit. Let's have a look at this bad boy. So this is the brand new X76 model. So we will go into more detail about this, but this should be a cool bit of gear. Slide in bracket, which is good. They're always easy to mount. Got a speaker on the base, handpiece, feels good construction, feels good quality. All I did with the aerial, I just threaded it through to a piece of wire. So I'm going to mount the unit in the passenger footwell. So with the power lead, same thing. Just taped to the same piece of wire and pulled it back. So I just used an adder circuit. I found that there was a blank in here that actually had power to it already. So that was nice and easy. And then a little bolt back there. I just used that to earth off that. It's a quick install done on that, ready for Fraser. Mounted up, tested, ready to go. So we got it done. We'll test her out on Fraser, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this aerial bracket, this mirror bracket goes. This is a big aerial, but it doesn't look out of place. I can still fit in the garage with it. I like the fact that it is a little bit higher than the roof, because then that way if I do hit anything, it'll be the aerial first. From what I noticed too, it didn't impede your vision. So obviously I'll give you more feedback on that. G'day guys, it's been a while since we installed the Uniden radio. The brand spanking new X76. Can I get a radio check please?
Yeah, you're working, mate.
Thanks mate, appreciate it. Is it a good thing? I'll tell you what, I am loving this radio. One thing I think is cool, you can actually change the LCD colour, so you can make it match your car. That's a cool feature. Change its channel far. That's just me holding the button, flicking through. I'm always on channel 60 when I'm out in the bush. Sits well in your hand. I like that it's got a hard button. because I like that click. This is just a personal preference too. I find that push the soft button hard and I end up hurting my thumb. I don't know why. It's just something that I do. It's silly, but I don't know. I just do it. Another cool feature of this X76 is it's got a dual watch feature. So you can actually monitor 2 channels. So if you're cruising on the highway and you want to listen to like channel 40 and just your convoy channel or something like that, it's an 80 channel radio. So this radio is really clear. It's got a speaker on the mic and then also a speaker on the unit. So I ended up actually mounting the unit under the glove box. So obviously the footwell amplifies the noise coming through. It is a 5-watt radio as well. Plenty of power in it. Big buttons too. So you can see your priority channel, so you can easily flick between your channels. Emergency button, so it takes you to channel 5/35. Hold it into cool, simple, easy to use. Easy volume buttons, easy channel changer buttons. Heaps of options in the menu. So yeah, like I say, you can change the backlight, you can change the call type, you can change the priority watch channel, yeah, all that stuff. So obviously you've got a scan function. And again, just one push of a button, easy to get there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what CT, CSS and DCS is. Nonetheless, it's got it. So when someone's talking, it'll display that little bar graph at the bottom there. It actually displays a signal that you're getting too. So obviously pushing the button for us, that's a signal sending out. But when you hear someone talking, it shows the signal coming in. The good thing about that is when you're talking to your mates in convoy, at a glance, you can see that you're getting further away. So that signal strength will show you that you're leaving your mates behind or you're getting left behind. It just gives you a bit of an indication of where they are, which is cool. As I showed you with the install as well, it is a tiny unit, so it is very easy to mount. I just use the Uniden holder, double-sided tape, plenty of room in my beautiful wood grain interiors. As far as a radio goes though, like I think this is a simple to use, good quality radio. Feels good, like doesn't feel cheap and nasty. Crystal clear sound coming through the speakers, just overall good bit of gear. Value for money as well, I think they're good value. Uniden has been around forever. The first radio I ever had in a full drive actually was a Uniden radio. I just trust them, I know that they're a good bit of gear. I don't think you can go wrong with a Uniden radio. But again, that's just my opinion. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty simple when it comes to UHF radios too. For me, all I want to be able to do is just push the button, talk to my mates in convoy. Who doesn't love a black stumpy aerial? I always get asked a lot about this too. So mounting wise, that's just a Vogue Industries mirror bracket. As you've seen, we installed this mirror bracket to hold the aerial. It is done unreal. It holds the aerial perfectly, doesn't actually move around bracket wise, so like probably a little bit of movement in it, but generally speaking, perfect even for a big aerial or like a large diameter aerial. Big heavy spring on her, so plenty of flex in it. Fiberglass whip. I'm a little bit biased with how it looks, but I love the look of it. I love how it sits on the car. I think it looks in proportion. I like how it is. Also, I will say about that mounting position of the radio, of the aerial, when I'm driving, I can't actually see the aerial, so I love that too. I love that it doesn't impede my vision at all. So aerial wise, it's 970S, so which is the shorter version. So it is a 3 dBi aerial, but yeah, just a stylish aerial. Just, you know, black stumpy one. Who doesn't love them, like I say? It seems to transmit signal and pick up signal perfectly. Like, this whole setup is just clear. So yeah, I love it. I think it's good. So anyway, you've seen me install it. That's my opinion on it. That's what I think. I think it's a good bit of gear. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, so feel free to comment below. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. And of course, until next time, guys, go travel.